What's up, guys? DrFeelGood here, back again with another video prescription. And, man, oh man, I don't even know where to begin when it comes to this particular topic. Once again, and it's no surprise, but Nintendo is at the center of controversy when it comes to these crybaby gamers today. These super entitled crybaby gamers. So, this has been ongoing since Nintendo first revealed that the Switch will be utilizing a smartphone app for voice chat. There have been many conjectures, many guesses, many complaints, even though the damn thing had not been released and there weren't many details, if any, that had been released or talked about, right? Well, as the months went by, we got a little more information. It started to trickle in, and now the actual voice chat app has released, although it's not fully active because the game is active or is designed for right now is Splatoon. That's the only compatible game at this time. Not to say it will be the only one, but let's move on. We'll come back to that. And of course, you got the popular YouTubers and streamers that already have the app along with an early copy of the game, and they're giving us a rundown of how it works. You have their complaints, their opinions, things like that. Now people are coming out the woodworks as they always do, giving their criticisms, as they want to call it, thinking they're justified. I don't know. People, I have said this many times before on various podcasts and videos. You have to look at things objectively, and you have to look at things from a business perspective. For one, stop jumping the gun just because someone else you subscribe to or like has an opinion. It doesn't have to be a valid one. And even if it is, you can't go by just their experience. Wait until you get it in your own hands. What? Why can't we do that? I don't understand. But here are a few things I would like to bring up, okay? This is me, as I always do, looking at things objectively. I sit down and I think critically, why things were done the way they were done. And I may not like the way it was done. I will be the first to admit that at first glance, this seems complicated. It is not convenient in any way, shape, or fashion. Not for me, the gamer. I would admit that. I will admit there are certain things I would like it to do. But that doesn't mean I'm right. It doesn't mean that my way is the best way. It doesn't mean I have all the information to make that sound judgment call, okay? But here goes. Now, I've seen people say the first complaint is the voice chat app stops working when the screen turns off. All right. Who remembers the YouTube app years ago? Were you able to still listen to your videos when the screen was off? Even if it was like a podcast, could you still listen to it with the screen off? You could not. And guess what? Even today, you can't unless you subscribe to YouTube Red. I know I have the service because it's included with Google Play, which I subscribe to. You cannot listen to a video or podcast on YouTube when the screen is off without YouTube Red. Can't do it. And I know some of you may be thinking, well, you know, it's 2017. But kill that BS. Today, right now, even in 2017, you cannot listen to your podcast, to a video, music video, song, whatever, on YouTube, on the YouTube app, with the screen off, without being subscribed to YouTube Red. Anything to say about that? I know you may be thinking, well, that's not a chat app. Well, technically it is. You have Hangouts. Now, Hangouts it works that way. You can do it while the screen is off, yes. But was Hangouts always that way? From the very beginning, from the day it launched? Was it always like that? I cannot recall, to be honest, but I don't think so. Was Skype always that way? Always? I would even take it a step further. What about Uvu? That was a chat service kind of like Skype. Was it always that way? That when the screen was off, you could still chat? I'm not sure, but I don't believe so. Just because they become standards to you over time does not mean that is the case. I'm just saying. Another reason why I bring that up is because applications get better over time. They receive constant updates and patches. New features are always being added over time. As people begin to use a service and make requests or generate complaints about certain things, they add stuff over time. Look at Netflix. You think the Netflix you have on our phones today was the same Netflix we had 8 years ago? Hell to the no. No. In fact, the Netflix app is different across almost every single device. But over time, they added features that we come to appreciate. Why not give Nintendo the same chance to add features we can come to appreciate? You are judging an app that has just been born and or released. The Skype app we have today was not even close to the one we had when it first launched. It's not. It is not. It's a totally different thing. It has grown over time. Give the Switch app the same chance. That's objective thinking, objective reasoning. Think for yourself. Okay, next up. And I should have mentioned this first, but this is Nintendo's first voice chat app. The first one. There wasn't a voice chat app on a smartphone before. This is their first one, people. They may have had chat on the Wii and the Wii U, but as far as a dedicated voice chat application on a third-party device, this is their first one. Give them a chance to grow. Give them a chance to find out what people want. Because we know how Nintendo works. They love to do things their way. Plain and simple. Their way. Even though they may see how other apps are doing things, how other companies are doing things or have done things over the years. They want to do something that works for them and it works in the way they want it to work so they can maintain it and still provide the best experience. And I can tell you, even based on the videos I saw, the people that have used it with Splatoon 2, the quality, even right now, sounds way better than what you get on the PS4, Xbox One, PS3, and Xbox 360. It sounds way better. And think, those were built-in dedicated apps on those consoles. They were available on an OS basis. This one is simply an application on a smartphone, a third-party device, and it seemed to work very well. The clarity was way better than that. Way better than those consoles. Give them credit. But this is their first voice chat app. It is understandable if it is not perfect upon release. It's understandable if even within the first year, it still doesn't have everything you think it should have. That's okay. It's their first one. Stop judging them as if they've been making voice chat apps for the last decade. Stop judging Nintendo as if they have been a console maker that has had voice chat on all their consoles. Stop judging them as if they are Xbox Live. It's their first voice chat app. Give them time to perfect it. Next up, remember, Nintendo is a frugal company. They will not throw in needless features just for the hell of it, just because you think it is a standard. Although every voice chat application on a smartphone or smart device today may have certain features, it does not mean these features are standard. They may have become a standard because almost everyone features it, but they are not a government standard. They don't have to do things your way. You are one person, and you can go ahead and say, well, everyone's bitching about this. That's fine. Everyone's not the law. Everyone does not make the law. Everyone is not the FCC. I'm sorry. Let's put that out there. They are entitled to do things their way, in a way that works best for them. Keep in mind, we want them to stay in business. At least I do. And if they feel this is best for them, whether it be from a money standpoint, operational, technical, whatever, hey, I'm not going to fault them for that. Okay? This is not just about you. They don't have to do things your way. If you want to do things your way, hey, work your way up, become the CEO. Like Iwata did. Like Kimishima did. Yeah, like Yamauchi did. Do that. Or become a principal shareholder. Invest millions, if not billions of dollars in the company. Then maybe they'll take your advice. But until then, shut the hell up. You're just one person. Moving on. So what if the app is supported on a game-by-game basis? That gives developers the option as to whether or not they want to utilize it. What's wrong with that? Does every game need to support voice chat? I don't think so. You may be thinking, well, in multiplayer games, online multiplayer, that should be a standard. Yeah, it should. Okay. It's not. Battlefront didn't have online voice chat. What was your standard talk then? I'm waiting. Star Wars Battlefront, a game that launched at full price and had a horrible DLC package, launched without voice chat. What was the talk of your standards then? I didn't hear much about that, if at all. I'm just saying. You see me talking out both sides of your mouth. It's okay if third-party companies don't do it, but Nintendo has to do it. No, let's not go there. Let's not go there. I actually like the game-by-game basis because developers are not forced to utilize something that may or may not benefit their game. Like, for example, I don't need voice chat on Implosion in any game. I don't need that. You don't need voice chat on a single-player game that has no online multiplayer. It's not a necessity. Would it be cool? Yeah, it would be nice to be able to, maybe talk to a friend that's also playing the game. They're playing their experience. You're playing yours. Let's say Breath of the Wild. If they're in Gerudo Town and you're in Naruto Village, you both are playing, it will be cool. I will admit that. But it's not a necessity. And how often would that take place? It wouldn't. More than likely, it would not take place. Just saying. So, giving developers a chance to say, nah, I don't want to use it because my game doesn't need voice chat. That's a good thing. Remember, we love options, right? Well, we're giving developers the option. They're not forced to use it. So this may cut down development time. This may cut down on having to incorporate a feature that is completely unnecessary. That's the way I look at it. You don't have to agree. Another thing. Who the hell actually wants to simply have a group chat on a Nintendo Switch outside of playing games? Personally, I don't. I have seen people saying that, oh, it should be built into the console. The app should be in the console itself. I shouldn't be forced to download it and use it strictly on my smartphone or smart device. I'm sorry. I don't want to have a chat with friends on my Switch outside of playing games. There's Hangout for that. There's Discord. There's Skype and various other voice chat applications. Think, people, do you really jump on your Xbox to make a phone call? To call your friends, to talk to them while you're sitting on your main screen? Is that what you really like to do? You know, let me just turn on my Xbox One and call up friend A and friend B to have a party chat. I'm not playing a game, they're not playing a game. Let's just talk. Would you really care to do that? I personally wouldn't. And if you do, something's wrong with you, because there are easier ways to do it. Hangout is available both on a PC and on a smartphone. Skype, PC, smartphone. There are easy ways to do it. Hell, if you want to talk to your friends like that, guess what? Call them. If you have friends you like to play with all the time, I would assume you may possibly have their phone number to at least text them or call them. I do. I can call the Good Shepherd. I can call Liger Van Duo, Triple M, Quan Manchu, Sprite Remix. I can call them directly on my phone. And I can also hang out with them like I do almost every Friday and Saturday. Yeah, I have their phone numbers and I can call and text them daily. In fact, I do. I'm just saying. I don't need my console to do that. Let me move on. Don't want to insult anyone. Who will really want to drain their Switch battery on the go just to talk? Not play games, not do strategical voice chat, just to talk. Oh, let me cut on my Switch, browse my friends list, and send a group chat invite to a couple of friends of mine. And of course, with the Switch, got to keep the screen on. It's a 6.2 inch tablet when you don't have the Joy-Cons attached to it. So, yeah. Who really wants to do that? I personally don't. I believe this is the primary reason why the app is not available on the console. Nintendo has said on multiple occasions the Switch is a dedicated gaming console, not a phone, not a tablet or PC. It is a gaming console first and foremost. Keep that in mind. Patting this thing down with a whole bunch of convenient apps takes away from the gaming experience, believe it or not. You may be thinking you can have apps to have a dedicated gaming console. Yes, but all those apps, they slow down the OS. And voice chat apps, they also take up internet bandwidth, okay? Having a console that's built to do one thing, that's play games, is ideal in this situation because we have slow-ass consoles now. Look how slow the UI is for the Xbox One. Look how long it takes to load up the main screen or the UI for the PS4 and Xbox One. Those things take 30 seconds to a minute to load up. Look how long it takes to even start a game on those consoles. The Switch is a dedicated gaming console that can be taken on the go. They don't want to add too much stuff to the console that will tempt you to drain the battery outside of playing games when you're on the go. And let's be honest, like, I'm going to use the excuse you guys use. It's 2017. Who doesn't have a smartphone? Name me one of your friends right now that doesn't have a smartphone. Kind of hard, huh? Almost everyone has a miniature pocket PC nowadays. That's something almost everyone in the world has. And if you want to be realistic in terms of your inner circle, I'm pretty sure everybody has a smartphone. Hell, even young kids. I'm just saying. You can more easily talk to someone, whether it be making a typical phone call or using a voice chat application on your smartphone, quicker and easier, and it's more accessible than having to use it on your game console. Your game console requires what? Some type of Wi-Fi. Whether you use your phone as a hotspot, whether you have an actual hotspot, or you're in a free Wi-Fi accessible area. But it requires Wi-Fi. Your phone is always connected to the internet unless you're in a very, very bad place or a dead zone. So let's say this app was on your Switch and you're on the go. If you walk into a place that don't have Wi-Fi, how would you talk? How would you use a voice chat app? And would you really use your limited Wi-Fi, hotspot Wi-Fi to have a damn voice over IP chat while having your Switch powered on? Would you really want to go through that much trouble just to have a conversation outside of playing games? No. So what if you are out and you don't have access? With the Wi-Fi that's available there is secured. What if you don't have the password? What if there is no Wi-Fi? You can't use voice chat, right? But your phone is always connected to a tower. You could use your phone to voice chat while still playing your Switch. However, or you can even have your Switch connected to your phone. Your phone can use this data signal to give you voice chat while at the same time providing you internet access to play your Switch online. That way your phone does all the internet work while your Switch does what? Is focus on your gaming experience. That's great to me. That's great. Why can't people see that? I'm really wondering why people can't see that. And for those people that want to keep bragging about what Microsoft and Sony have done with voice chat, can you voice chat anywhere with your PS4, Xbox One, PS3, or Xbox 360? I don't think so. You have to be hooked up in front of your systems with the controllers in hand. You can only do it at home with the system. The Switch is the first of its kind. This is a first. Having to provide a streamlined voice chat solution for a system that can be used at home or on the go. I'm pretty sure that proved difficult in the beginning, but they had to use a portable or smart device method to make it streamlined. Let me elaborate on what I mean when I say streamlined. I would hate to have to use one system at home and one system on the go just to have voice chat. That would be cumbersome. I wouldn't like it. I would hate to have to do two different things. But this is one solution. It works both ways, docked or undocked. Think about that. It works for the system on the go and at home. Not just one or the other. And I can truly appreciate that. That's what I mean by streamlined. It is a simple solution that works across the board. Why is that a bad thing? Seriously, someone tell me, why is that a bad thing? But let me move on. The app has not even fully launched yet. It hasn't. Everyone is going off of someone else's experience, not even knowing if this is a simple beta or the full version. Let's say this is a full version. You mean to tell me this is going to be the version that said no updates, no patches, no new features, nothing? We're going to judge the whole lifetime of this app based on pre-launch. Does it make sense? Maybe I should have judged the PS4's entire game library on the first few months. Wouldn't that be fair? Oh, you know what? All they got is a whole bunch of PS3 ports. Yeah, PS4 is going to suck. They'll never get, PS4 exclusive games. Maybe I should have done that. Maybe I should have judged the Xbox One the same way. Oh, if you launch with a Kinect, that means all your games going to be Kinect. We know how that worked out. Yeah. You see how that works? See how unfair that is? Maybe I should judge the entire lifetime of a product, whether it be a service, application, hardware, whatever, based on pre-launch or day launch. Or launch day, I'm sorry. You guys know that is entirely unfair. Just saying. Let's be objective. And for the life of me, I cannot believe people are still bitching about the inability of chatting with randoms. Who the hell wants to talk to randoms? Who wants, keyword wants, to talk to randoms? I don't, personally. Especially randoms on the opposing team. Who wants to do that? You want to talk to your enemies while you're playing a game? Of course not. I personally do not want to get cursed out by randoms. Friends, I'm cool with. We can talk crap to each other all day because I know it's just in the name of comedy and fun. I know that. Even teammates, that makes sense. You're my teammates. I need to be able to talk to you and maybe strategize with you. That makes sense. So thank you, Nintendo, for blocking out all the irrelevant chatter. The most important people worth chatting with in any online multiplayer-centric game are friends and or teammates, not randoms. I know what you guys are saying maybe. You're thinking to yourself, oh, well, what about in the lobby? You want to be able to talk to everybody in the lobby? No, I really don't. Friends or teammates. Now, I can admit that sometimes lobby chatter can be quite fun. But in most cases, it's not. And most people are too shy to talk in a random lobby with a whole bunch of other people. I'm just saying. Next, what do we have? Oh, I wonder if anyone has even thought about this. If the app was also on the console, then people would be less inclined to use it on a smartphone or a smart device, which defeats the entire purpose of it, in my opinion. Also, you will have to hit your home button, which, as you know, it does not work while playing online games, not on Nintendo consoles anyway, to manage your voice chat, which literally takes away from the game experience. Not sure if you guys noticed that. If you had to stop or interrupt your gameplay in order to manage online voice chat, that would be a real hindrance. I would not like that. That would be very cumbersome. No. To me, having it strictly on the phone completely frees up the console for just gaming. That means you always have the ability to manage the app without interrupting your gameplay experience. Imagine that since you're in an online multiplayer lobby, you can't hit your home button and manage, whatever. Let's say they did let you hit your home button. That means you're having to quickly change certain settings about your voice chat, whether it be to create another room, whatever the case may be. Having to do that while you're playing. No. Making your system the dedicated gaming console while making your phone a dedicated voice chat application or doorway, that's perfect to me. That's perfect. People today want all their stuff in one device. You don't realize that makes every feature in your phone less capable. For example, people wanted a camera and a video. They wanted a camera and a camcorder all in their smartphone, all on their phone. Well, I don't give a shit how much they brag about the cameras, what technology they put into them. A camera in a smartphone, camera or camcorder, does not compete with the standalone camera or camcorder. It doesn't. I don't give a damn if you got a Galaxy S8 or an iPhone 7. It does not compete. You can't zoom in as far, and I can always best your megapixel count. Always. I could spend $200 and get a standalone camera with a better megapixel and better quality than your iPhone 7. I really can. I'm just saying. Putting everything in one device, it makes every feature less capable, less reliable. But people don't think about that. They want everything. They want their Xbox to be their cable TV and streaming device and gaming device and computer and voice chat application and Blu-ray player and DVD player and Pornhub. I'm just kidding. Not really. But moving on. I see people complaining about Splatoon being the only compatible game right now. Well, it's the only game in which it really and truly matters. When I look at ARMS, and I've seen people complain about ARMS not being there, the ARMS matches last about a minute. I say maximum minute and a half. It's the longest match I've seen in ARMS. A minute and a half. 90 seconds. What the hell can you discuss or strategize in 90 seconds? I'm waiting. 90 seconds. I really want to know. Mario Kart. Now, I can see, I would like for the app to be compatible with Mario Kart. I won't lie. I'm not lying to you. Even with ARMS, I would love to have, just lobby chat in ARMS, just to mess with friends or whatever, or even just against my enemy one-on-one. I would love to have that if it's with friends, not with randoms in ARMS. But Mario Kart, I want these features. I want these games to be compatible, but are they needed? That's the question I'm asking. Does ARMS need voice chat? No. I say at the very least, lobby chat with friends. I'll take that. And only that, to be honest. Same thing with Mario Kart. You don't need voice chat. Excuse me. But lobby chat with friends, I'll take that. But it's not needed. So if it's not needed, why give it to us? It's kind of a waste. I keep them, once again, it's not that I don't want these things. I do want them. But looking at things objectively, it doesn't need it. Just like Splatoon doesn't need it. But they're giving you the option because you guys bitched and moaned about it in the first game. Even though the first game proved to you over the course of 2 years, it's still not needed. It's not. Okay? And again, just because Splatoon is the only compatible game right now does not mean it will be the only one. Ever. Again, the app is just about to launch. Give it time. It's launching on the day of Splatoon 2. It does not mean they won't go back and make it work for Mario Kart 8, ARMS, or it won't work for games down the line. Give it time, people. And let me see, how should I approach this? If you do not like the way this is set up, and I'm almost done here. I'm sorry for dragging this out. If you do not like the way this is set up, then simply uninstall it. Don't download it or use it at all. No one is forcing you. You're not forced to do this. You're not forced to use this. Even if you feel that voice chat is a requirement and a standard, you still have other options. This app is not required in order for you to talk to your friends, as you always have third-party options such as Discord, Hangout, and Skype. For people who always bitch about not having third-party options on Nintendo console, you sure are bitching when you do have third-party options. Hint, hint. I won't really go into that. But you know what I'm saying. You know exactly what I'm saying. You have options, but now you don't want to use the options. Huh. Funny how that's how you are with third-party games, too. You bitch about not having the games, then when they come, you don't buy them. Burn. Moving on. But yeah, you're not forced to. And my last point. Hope you're ready for this. This is completely free as of right now. You truly cannot argue with free. Even when a product is somewhat shitty, you can't argue with it if it's free. It's free and it's optional. Can you believe that? Let's examine those two words closely. Free, meaning no cost to you. Optional, meaning you do not have to use this service. I believe PlayStation Plus and Xbox Live Gold are required for voice chat. I could be wrong. And if I am, please feel free to correct me. But I do believe they're required for voice chat. Because, I mean, if in the 8th generation, if you could not play Call of Duty and Battlefield and Destiny and Overwatch online without being subscribed to PlayStation Plus or Xbox Live Gold, how the hell could you voice chat with friends while playing a game if you can't play online multiplayer? So voice chat's behind a paywall, and Nintendo's going the same route. Only theirs doesn't cost $60 a year. But for right now, for the rest of this year, it is completely free. Hell, another point, you gotta pay for the Xbox Live Gold and PlayStation Plus just to use the damn DVR. But this is a side note. But this is free. When it becomes a paid service in 2018, in the words of Liger and Duo, if you don't like it, don't buy it. Don't subscribe. Don't download. Don't install. Don't utilize it. Use your free services like Hangout, Discord, Skype. Use those. You see how simple that is? You see why I'm not mad at Nintendo's setup or their choices? If I don't like it, I don't buy it. If you have a problem with it, then don't invest in it. Don't waste your time with it. Skip it. I won't be mad at you. If you tell me right now, man, F the voice chat app, it's stupid, it's cumbersome, it's overly complicated, it's so Nintendo, I'm not going to buy it. I'm not going to subscribe. I'm not going to use it. I'm not mad at you. I don't think anyone will be mad at you for that. But you know what? I can imagine. I bet you people are going to be mad at me for siding with Nintendo, which in a sense I'm not. I'm just being objective. But they'll be mad at me if I'm happy with using the service the way it is right now. They'll be mad at me because I'm happy. Ain't that some shit? People have the choice whether to do something or not. Nintendo gave you a choice. See, with Xbox One and PlayStation 4, you don't have a choice. You want voice chat. Not if you want it within the system. Now, of course, you can do your Hangout or whatever, but you can't strategize with randoms that are on your team without subscribing to Xbox Live Gold or PlayStation Plus. Yeah. You can't strategize with randoms on your team because you need the service in order to play games online. Which means you need to pay $60 a year to chat with randoms on your team. Whereas Nintendo, not all the games require this service, but it's free right now. Not a free weekend, not a free week. It's free for the rest of the damn year. And when it becomes paid, $20 a year. But if you don't like it, even right now, if you decide you don't like it, don't buy it. But don't go making change.org petitions. Don't start bitching like a lot of these YouTubers because they don't understand why Nintendo did it this way. Hey, do you understand why Nintendo decided to make the Switch the way it was in terms of being a hybrid console? Do you have to understand why they made the Wii U the way it was made? Do you have to understand why the Wii had motion controls? Do you need to understand why the N64 had a Star Fox controller? An R-Wing controller, basically, with the analog stick in the middle. You don't have to understand. It's their way of doing things. You're not investing in a company. You're not an investor. Your life doesn't depend on you playing their games. You don't have to understand why they chose to do things differently than everyone else. But different has more or less worked out for them 90% of the time. Give credit where credit is due. That's all I'm saying. But stop all the bitching. It's free right now. It's completely optional. You have more than a few ways to take advantage of voice chat for the Nintendo Switch. Stop being hypocrites. You know most of you are going to use Discord, Hangout, and Skype anyway, like you do right now, even on your PS4s and Xbox Ones. I see some of your Twitch streams and your YouTube live streams. I see these games being played, and I don't see you using the built-in voice chat app on that console. I don't see you using that shit, because even you know it's low quality. It's not the best. It's convenient, but it's not the best. So don't pretend as though you've been using the built-in voice chat applications on all your consoles since the 7th generation. Don't lie to me. Don't. You didn't then, you don't now. Even if you did use it, it wasn't often. And I know you don't, because most of you use a high-quality headset or microphone when you're streaming. When you're live streaming. I'm not going to talk about that, though. You know who you are. Stop pretending like this is such a bad thing when you know like hell you don't use the first-party offerings anyway. But I'm done. Once again, this is just my objective perception of this situation, of this application, of this voice chat controversy. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. If you feel I was referring to you in a negative manner and you decide to make a response video, I won't respond to you. I really don't care. I don't care. But this is DrFeelGood, and as I always say, keep it gaming.